Hello, Bible readers. It is Tuesday, December 8th. We're reading Psalms 102, 103, 104, and Acts chapter 17, verse 22 through chapter 18, verse 18. I'll start with that Acts story. Paul is in Athens. This would be an incredible scene if we were to show this book of Acts in film. You know, a big Netflix special would really highlight this moment of Jerusalem meeting Athens. It's kind of exciting. It would have been for people 2,000 years ago to imagine Paul being in Athens, the capital of this ancient, even then, old Greek culture. As fun as it would be to watch, though, it does not advance the plot or add to the meaning of Luke's account much. So it's really just another encounter between Paul and a place that hasn't heard the good news yet. What Paul does in Athens, he does in a lot of places. And there's really no special response in Athens. In fact, it seems kind of meager as far as how many people are converted. Here is a thing, though. Paul shows he does not need to condemn Athens' religious efforts. You know, he comes in and he says, I can tell you're a religious people. You're groping for God or for the holy. So Paul shows that he doesn't need to condemn their groping search for God. Instead, he uses their inclination to want to know more about God, whatever God is or whoever God is. He uses that as an inroads for his own message. This is important that Paul affirms rather than just come in and judge them and tell them you need to scrap all this and move toward the truth. It'll become a model for missionaries throughout the church's history. Next, we see Paul meet Priscilla and Aquila. He becomes a tent maker. He converts a synagogue leader and a few more things that are, again, attested to in Paul's own letters, in this case, his letters to the Corinthians. Some themes in this section: a turn to Gentiles, again, away from Jews toward Gentiles. The second theme is that there's divine guidance as Paul dreams again. He is led to the next place by a dream, and that's happened before. And then the third theme is God's people can be Jewish or Gentile, rich or not. It really is a message intended for all people. Finally, the beginning of one more story. It's like 3 little sections today in Acts. Gallio the judge, he shows that, Rome need not really care about this battle that's between Jews and other Jews, is how Rome sees it. The other thing we see here is Paul is attacked as was foretold, but he came to no harm, just as his dream had claimed. So that dream shows that God is in charge and is offering true counsel and guidance to Paul. Okay, the Psalms. Psalm 102, perfect for the time that the chronicler is writing about. Yesterday I talked about 1 Chronicles chapter 9 being about restoration. This Psalm 102 would have been a good restoration psalm. Psalm 103 is a very familiar praise psalm. This is probably the most familiar psalm we'll have today. Bless the Lord, O my soul. There's lots of songs that have been based on this psalm. This would be one, if people ever say to you that they think of God, that the God of the Old Testament is just about judgment and we're supposed to fear that God, as though it's a different God than the New Testament, Psalm 103 would be a good place to direct them. That the Old Testament God, first of all, isn't different, same God, but that the Old Testament God is not simply seen as the source of judgment and fear. And then Psalm 104 is really a lot like Psalm 103. It just goes deeper into one particular aspect of Psalm 103, and that is into the cosmic dimensions of God's all in all. These Psalm 103 and 104 have the word all in it a lot. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us at all times and in all places.